Okay, example 7. Here we have a perfectly lovely quadrilateral. What values would make this a parallelogram? Well, we have 5b plus 6, 4a minus 8, 8a minus 10. Well, we can't put a and b into the same equation unless we have another equation to go with. We don't have that, so let's look at 4a minus 8 and 8a minus 10. If we could make this a parallelogram, then these two angles would have to be supplementary. If they're supplementary, they add to 180 degrees. What can we do with that? 4a minus 8 plus 8a minus 10 equals 180 degrees. 4a plus 8a is 12a minus 20 equals 180 degrees. Add 20 to both sides. 12a equals 200 degrees. So 200 divided by 12 equals what? I got 16 2/3, which seems a little odd. Did I copy the problem correctly? 4a, 8a, 12a, minus 8, minus 10. Oh, look at this. Minus 8, minus 10 is not minus 20, it is minus 18. 20, 12a minus 18 equals 180 degrees. Add 18 to both sides. 12a equals 198. $198 divided by 12 gives us a much less unreasonable 16.5. So, if a equals 16.5, then 4a is 66 minus 8 would be 58 degrees. And if this is 58 degrees, then 8 times 16.5 is 132 minus 10 is 122. 122 plus 58 is 180 degrees. So we know that this is equal to 122 degrees. There's our A. We can do this a couple of ways. We can say 58 plus 5b plus 6 equals 180 degrees. Or we could say 5b plus 6 equals 122 degrees, which amounts to the same thing. Subtract 6 from both sides, 116. $5b equals 116. What is happening? What is happening? Let's look. Let's think. Well, as we look and as we think, 5b must be apparently 116 divided by 5 is 23.2. So apparently that's the A and B that would make this a parallelogram. Let's do the next one. Okay, the next problem is similar. The next problem has 1.4b and b plus 8. They have to be equal in order to make this a parallelogram. 1.4b is equal to b plus 8. I subtract b from both sides. 0.4b is equal to 8. I divide both sides by 0.4. 8 divided by 0.4 gives me 20. .4 times 20 equals 28, and 20 plus 8 equals 28. So B must equal 20 on example 7b, and we have 13a plus 1.8 equal to 4a minus 6.6. We would have to have congruent triangles, side, side, side. So these are angles. So we have three A plus 1.8 is equal to 4a minus 6.6. Subtract 3a from each side gives me a. Add 6.6 to each side. That will give me 8.4. Oh, well, let's check and see whether that's possible. If a is 8.4, 3 times 8.4 would be what? 8.4 times 3 is equal to 24.9. 4 times 8.4 minus 6.6 is equal to 27. So a mistake has been made. Let's look at this some more and see if we can find the mistake. First, do we have 3a plus 1.8, 4a minus 6.6? Subtract 3a from each side. Gives me a on this side. Add 6.6 to 1.8. 1.8 plus 6.6, 8.4 times 3. 8.4 times 3 is 25.2 plus 1.8. Is that the same as 4 times 8.4 minus 6.6. 25.2 plus 1.8 is 27. 4 times 8.4 is 33.6 minus 6.6. That is also 27. So A is 8.4. B is 20. And example 8 is left to the reader. Have a good evening.